Welcome, Panthers. I'm Ashlyn Dimmick.
And I'm Brad Morey. In today's broadcast, we'll take a look at a recap of the softball season,
A girl who is giving back to her school in a sweet way,
and a man who is serving up sweets in the cafeteria.
And this is Mehlville Today.
In our first story, we took a look at Mehlville's #1 man in the cafeteria.
Welcome to Mehlville High School Cafeteria.
Roy Clemens took the Mehlville Cafeteria Manager's position in 2012, and this marks his 4th year of serving lunches and smiles.
I took my retirement money, bought a restaurant, did that for 15 years. Now I'm here, and I'm combining my 2 careers, education and food, and it's just been wonderful. I ordered the ladies around, make them do all the work. I put my feet up. No, I did. Let me tell you something. Managing 17 women is a job in itself, and we have 17 here. So I put up with them. They put up with me. I order food. Make sure all the products in. It's managing. I do very little cooking. It's just managing 17 people and making sure we have everything we need here for you guys.
Roy's enthusiasm encourages some students, and that's why he started doing the lunch announcements.
I've gotten better results from anything I've done than with the lunch announcements. Kids like to hear them, and we have a lot of fun with them. And life is short. I think we should enjoy it. It's just a little thing, but
Roy cares about the students at Mehlville and won't hesitate on giving life advice.
Always think about the decisions you're making. There's good decisions and bad decisions. When I was your age, I made bad ones, and you probably will too. But stop and think, is this a good decision or a bad decision? Reflect before you act. And that's the best thing I can tell you guys.
Not only does Roy officiate in the lunchroom, he also does it on the field.
My hobby is officiating sports. I do high school football, throw a flag on you, do youth football. In the spring I do softball and baseball. It's a little extra income, fun money, and get to be around disciplined kids of character. So that's my biggest hobby.
Roy's humor brings character and liveliness into the high school, and he is surely proud to be a part of the Mehlville family.
Everyone knows someone who is battling cancer.
Amanda and I have the story on the Pink Out game and what the Panthers are doing to help fight this horrible disease.
The purpose of the Pink Out game is for our student body to be able to show general awareness for cancer and just recognize that we're all part of that, and we want to support everybody that does that. I think on the Pink Out game, the favorite part is we have the cancer awareness part of it, aspect of it, but the fact that all of our kids come and support, and you get to show in some way for a relative or a loved one that you support what they were going through.
We asked Mehlville students who they wear pink for.
I wear pink for my grandma.
I wear pink for Quincy's mom.
I wear pink for my Aunt Joyce.
I wear pink for my grandmother.
I wear pink for my best friend's mom. I wear pink for my aunt. I wear pink for my grandma Virginia. I wear pink for my Aunt Gigi. I wear pink for my grandma Audrey. I wear pink for my Aunt Marianne. I wear pink for my grandma Wagner. We wear pink for our mom.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to the families who have lost a loved one to cancer.
In this next story, Brielle and Taylor give us the insight on an officer benefit hosted here at Mehlville.
Police officers take an oath to serve and protect our community. Mehlville Media looks at the story of a brave officer who's facing a new type of challenge, but now without the support of family and friends.
Officer Robert Hayden was diagnosed with cancer in January, which unfortunately is not responding to treatment. On October 10th, the St. Louis County Police Welfare Association hosted an event at Mehlville High School to show their support.
Part of the event, we've obviously got the car show, over 200 cars registered for the event. Got a barbecue that's been beyond our wildest imagination for the number of people who showed up. Bounce house for the kids. It's been a good community event. Inspiration was this young man. He's got 2 young children, Logan and Caleb, 2 and 4 years old. The medical expenses are adding up, so we have to do something for the family.
A special thank you to our business community, who we can always count on, the Police Wives Association, and all of you wonderful people for spending your Saturday with us to help and benefit a wonderful man. And if you haven't met Bob, I consider it a privilege. He is a wonderful, wonderful man. He is very sincere, he is very genuine, and no better man has ever wore a St. Louis County Police uniform than him. I can tell you when Bob graduated the academy, I told him that he was now part of something much bigger than himself. And it wasn't just the St. Louis County Police Department, but it was the wonderful community that we serve here in South County.
Ever since I was diagnosed, the department has been like awesome to me. But yeah, just seeing all the people out here and the support that we have, it really, makes you realize how many good people are still out there. All the friends and family that have come out just to show their support, and we really appreciate everything.
With photographer Brielle Oakenfuss, this is Taylor Durham with Mehlville Today.
We would like to thank the Hayden family for giving us the opportunity to meet this incredible officer, father, and husband.
If you would like to support the Hayden family through this tough time, go to their GoFundMe page, which is linked on MehlvilleMedia.com.
In our next story, we take a look at Mrs. Stout, formerly known as Ms. Lowry, and her 2 brand new bundles of joy.
On August 6th, one of our very own teachers had 2 little girls named Karma and Sasha Stout. Their birth was anything but ordinary.
They just told me literally right before it happened.
I was at a meeting at work when she called me.
Yeah.
And said, "You got to get down here." And so I told everybody, "I don't know what's going on, but I got to go now." And we had babies that night.
Although, so most people when they give birth, they give you the baby immediately, like right once you've given birth, they have you hold the baby immediately, and they couldn't do that with me. So I gave birth, and then they put them on respirators to make sure that they were breathing properly. I got to see them. They kind of rolled them past me, and I got to look at them. When they went into the NICU, they were put into these boxes that are heat controlled because they couldn't regulate their own body temperature. The next day I went down there and I could hold them, so the whole time I could hold them, but they're attached to there are little wires coming from them and tubes and stuff, so you can't walk around with them.
Depending on their development, certain vital organs are not developed properly, so their lungs most importantly. So they may require breathing support. Sometimes it's through a ventilator at first because they truly can't breathe on their own at all. We want to remove that as quickly as possible because we want them to take breaths on their own, and then maybe they just have a mask that gives them continuous pressure of air and oxygen to help them breathe. 7 weeks gestation, 40 is normal, is considered premature. So it depends on how early they're born as to what care they're going to require.
These girls were born at 30 weeks. So once you get out of the 20-something week time frame, it's less risks. And they don't have any complications. Really, I feel really blessed that they are doing fine. It's literally, we've had a pretty good course in the NICU. They just had to keep growing bigger and bigger.
Next, Danny and Lindy take us to Woolwyn Elementary to show us what one student did in an effort to help her school. And
there was a lot of clubs that are no longer in existence due to the budget cuts. They miss it, and their parents do too, especially like you think of the 5th grade kids. A lot of kids really look forward to taking part in a track and field meet or doing the cross country or even the academic Olympics. Those are things like Scholar Quiz, those are things that they've always looked forward to.
However, when life handed lemons to one 4th grader, she made lemonade. Literally.
I had a lemonade stand and I raised, a lemonade stand and a garage sale, and I raised $200 for the art club. We do paint, clay, and we do most projects that you could do in an art class.
It was really neat to see a kid take really responsibility. She was willing to sell her toys that she wasn't using anymore, willing to spend time during the week on her summer to put together a lemonade stand to do something not for herself, but for that would benefit all of the kids in the school.
I really like the art club, and I kind of wanted to do it again this year.
Now, Kristen and Xavier take us to the court to give us a recap on the volleyball team's successful season.
So far this season, we've been doing pretty good and maintaining a winning record, and we're progressing really well.
She played for me as a freshman, so she's been with me the longest. She's a very talented player, reads the court well.
Yes, I plan to play at college, and I'm going to be signing on November 11th to SEMO.
Well, I miss her tremendously. Alex Wilkinson come a long way. She ended up being a tremendous asset to the team.
We've been getting better and having fun with it, so it's been a good season. What motivates me is my teammates, my coach, my family push me to do better.
Our road has definitely been bumpy.
The team goal is basically to have fun, stay positive, maintain a positive record.
Volleyball wasn't the only team who had a strong season.
Kate and I take us to the softball diamond to give a recap of how great the girls did this fall.
Our record was 6-15. We fell short of our expectations, which was to win a district game or two or win districts. But 6 wins was better than we've done in the past, and we have a pretty young group of girls. So, 6 wins was better than they did as freshmen. So hopefully we continue the same success in the future. The main difference was the level of play. Varsity's faster and more skilled players than there is at the JV level. The pitching's a lot better. The hitters are a lot better. The game just moves at a faster pace.
I think that Odie was a good coach, except sometimes he didn't really know how to push us in our own ways because he hasn't practiced with some of us before. And it was his first year coaching me, so it was probably a little different for him to coach the girls who he hasn't played with before.
He was a good coach, and he brought us more wins than we had the past few years.
That was one of the positives of the season, was pretty much everybody on the team were friends. We didn't have any of the drama. Everybody got along. Everybody was pretty close.
Our team chemistry is really well. We all bond really well, and it's almost like there's not really any fights because we're all kind of like sisters.
Our top players this year were Tori Seabum. She was first team all-district, first team all-conference. She hit 500, which could be in the top 10 in school history. Lydia Uttendorf was a freshman. She played shortstop for us. She was also first team all-conference, first team all-district. Abby Uttendorf, Carly Valroy, Katie Moore, and Cheyenne Mitchell.
Our biggest win was probably over Parkway South because we played them in a preseason tournament and we lost pretty bad to them, and then we came out our first season game and beat them 5-2.
We need to stay more consistent. We had a streak, a winning streak and a losing streak that were pretty long, so we need to be more consistent with our play.
For our final story, John Eric takes on the varsity soccer team for our first segment of Johnny Versus.
Johnny Versus.
Here I am with Johnny. He is going to be taking on the Mehlville varsity soccer player, Hassan Ahmed-Spajic. And in goal, we'll have Eric Waniger. So the rules for this will be a round of 5. Whoever has the best score at 5 wins. If it's a tie, we will go into sudden death. Hassan with the first shot. It's a goal. Eric Hoagland with the kick. And it's over. No good. Round 2, 1-0 Hassan. Oh, it's 1-0, he misses. Eric can tie it up with a shot. And he puts it over, he chokes. Round 3, Hassan's winning 1-0. It's good. What a shot. 2-0. Eric with a shot. Ooh, 2-1. We're heading into the 4th round. Let's start the 4th round. Hassan's winning 2-1. It's saved. Scores 2-1. Eric has a chance. And he scores. It's tied 2-2. We're into the 5th. Start of the final round. Hassan, 2-2. Ooh, it's 3-2. Eric has to make this shot in order to advance. Oh, it's a goal! We're in the sudden death. Sudden death. Oh, it's over! All Eric has to do is make it to win. Oh, and he shanks it! It's round 2 of sudden death, 0-0. And it's 1-0. Eric has to make this shot. And he saves it! They win! Mehlville varsity soccer beats Johnny on the first game of the season. Eric is now 0-1, and in the next broadcast, he will be playing basketball. Shake hands, boys.
Good game.
Maybe next time he'll kick the competition away.
And that wraps up this edition of Mehlville Today.
For more coverage, go to mehlvillemedia.com.
Thanks for watching.